Welcome to the world of Hearthrod. I'm your host, storyteller, and dungeon master Bilbo. Tonight we continue with our series Tales from the Yawning Portal. And this is our 70th session, our show, 70th show of Tales from the Yawning Portal. We are currently in Dead In Thay, which is our 12th episode in Dead In Thay. We have played most of the same characters through each of the adventures in the Yawning Portal, leveled up characters accordingly, and we will finish next with the Tomb of Horrors, where the Dungeon Master will kill them all.
No.
Yep. Our players have completed the Sunless Citadel, Forge of Fury, the Hidden Shrine of Tamoachan, and White Plum Mountain. You can go back and watch any of these great adventures on our YouTube channel. And thanks for those people that have been watching. I see our viewership going up every day now. Now I understand we are going to have Umbra do last week's recap.
Of course. So last week we started off by the two remaining trolls coming back into the room fully healed, with one having a gate key to the Forest of Slaughter. We made fast work of them with Zaz's help. Zaz and Valian coming back to help destroy these two foul creatures. When we, being an adventures group, set off pretty fast after grabbing a few bodies and stuff, we went into this was there anything else? Yep, we kept walking and we found this. Well, Erebus found this what looked like a blue dragon, which is later found to be a
Behir.
A Behir, which hates dragons, and it can breathe lightning. So Erebus, kind of freaking out, took 2 quick shots on it, and we entered
Well, no, you definitely start freaking out. I think you're just starting combat.
Startled. Not startled though.
Shaking my head.
Sure. So, going into combat, Kit trying to taking the lead with the big ape coming right up behind her. When the Behir instantly just like grabs Kit and hit his mouth and they spat back out.
Well, she was in there for a while.
Swallowed her whole.
Swallowed her whole. And then got spat out when...
After it took some damage.
Oh yeah, when it got hit. So,
A crit.
oh yeah, crit. Then we killed it. Well, Erebus did most of the work killing this thing, while Zaz distracted it with her light in the corner. And we killed it, and that's where we left off.
Okay. Sounds good. That sounds about right. So our heroes have slain the Behir in the last cave of the Forest of Slaughter. What do you guys do now?
What kind of scales does it have?
Oh, my bad. What do you want?
Really?
Does it have scales or is it slimy skin?
It has scales.
No!
I don't start cutting off its hide.
I get to choose my initiative score. Erebus,
Okay,
How close to a black gate are we?
We can compete then.
There's a black gate in the room south of you guys. Well, 2 rooms south of you guys. So there's the Behir, and there's the next room below you that had nothing in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Troll Cave, and that's where there's a black gate in the Troll Cave.
In the troll cave. Okay.
Yep. And this, you don't have any white gates leading back to the Troll Cave. There's, but there's the one where the trolls came around. And then in this large chamber you guys are in currently, to the east of you there's some stairs going down in a white gate. And then to the north, from where this Behir is, off to the north west of the chamber, there's a hallway carved hallway with another white gate. So I just put on.
I would like to fly down and take the Behir soul right away.
Okay, perfect. All right, and so you are gonna try to cut off some of the scales.
Uh-huh.
All right, give me a nature roll.
You wanna help me, Erebus?
Yes, I will.
Would you like me to help you? I have some skill with that.
What was it?
Natural 20.
Okay.
No, I think I'm good. I don't.
You got that.
I don't think.
Yeah, you see him just carving along just easily with his blade and doing it perfectly.
As you see her black dragon hide already on her. We got experience with this too.
All right, so you're cutting this off. Where are you gonna put it?
In my bag of holding.
All right, so are you gonna cut it off? I mean, how much are you gonna cut?
How much would you say there is?
Well, it's a huge.
12.
It's huge.
All right.
Pretty good. Instead of maybe us
I'll start
butchering
measuring it
perhaps
on my body,
somewhere.
full length, and I'll cut 2 sheets full length body and then a half a body.
Okay, so
2.5 bodies.
2.5 bodies of Behir. Okay, so put 2.5 bodies of Behir. Behir skin, I would say, or scale. Sorry, Behir scale.
It's just air trying to coil around Umbra so she can.
Give me
Keep up
give me a dex check as well, but just you on this.
For coiling around Umbra.
No.
Yep.
No, I'm talking to Zaz. I heard you, kid.
Does the snake hit the snake? That's what we need to find out.
What?
And Elle will just post up, hiding in the
How much?
shadows.
So it'll take you about 30 minutes to do all of this.
I start like sitting there.
Okay, so Umbra, you are just chilling.
Yep, resting.
All right. Yeah. So let me go around. Thorn, what are you doing?
Just looking at them, thinking, man, you guys are gross.
All right. Kit, what are you gonna do?
Once I start moving, I'm going to coil around Umbra
Okay.
just so it's easy so I can keep up with the group.
All right. Perfect. All right.
Like a belt.
Valian, what are you doing?
Just a short rest.
Not yet. It's about a half hour. Depends on if you guys are gonna. Yeah, I know you're in the sense of trying to rest.
Yep.
Then
See what happens.
Sit and drink tea and look at the stars for half an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, we're hanging.
The things
We're
that you
hanging.
think are
I'm
stars.
with them. I'm with them too.
Except it's daylight. It's getting lighter and lighter, not night.
I'm sitting
And
with
I
them
wish
too.
the sun was away.
Grandpa, I'm sitting with them
More
too.
places
too.
Okay.
time.
Elle, what are you doing?
So I will look for a good hiding place in this area, this room,
Okay.
and just post up.
So there's, I mean, in the sense of you're trying to post up, do you want to post up by the stairs? Do you want to post up by the other hallway with the other white gate? Or do you want to post up like across where it leads into the south room where there's a pool, but that you encountered nothing? So there's basically
Three different
possible
areas to cover.
Yes.
I'm going to try to cover the hallway, not the stairs or the pool,
Okay.
in terms of listening and being hidden.
Sure. All right. And yeah, and then so Erebus is busy helping out Zaz. And then Traveler, what are you doing?
Everyone just seems to be kind of hanging out in this room.
Yes. So half of them are kind of just chilling. Elle's posted up, kind of guard. Yeah, I don't know if you're gonna take harvest anything from this thing or
Yeah,
not.
I'd like to make a knowledge check. I've already harvested one of these bodies before, so I know I'm going to try to get its glands
Okay.
that help it generate the electricity for its breath weapon.
Sure. All right.
So do you want, what kind of check do you want for that?
I want a knowledge nature check on this. And you can ask for assistance since you have Erebus and Zaz. So it'll give you advantage if you'd like, since these guys are all skilled in this too.
Alright, so it's 12 and a 4. So I'll keep 12. It's going to be a 21.
Okay, yeah. So you won't have any issue separating the two glands. Now give me a dex check as well. And this is just normal for you, though.
Oh, natural 20.
All right, perfect. So, yeah. So it doesn't take you long at all. Probably about, in all time, about 10 minutes to do that.
Okay. And then do I think there's anything else on this that might be either worth money for the group or might be worth harvesting for research or something along that lines?
I would say the glands are probably the most valuable thing to take. I mean, you could possibly take some of the blood or whatever, and you never know what you could maybe sell that to or whatever. The horns may also have some value.
Okay. All right. I'll cut the horns off then, and then once I'm done with that, I'll do a gentle repose on the glands. That'll take me another 10 minutes.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so I would say then in about 30 minutes time, you guys have harvested what you need off the bodies. You guys write that stuff down and play that stuff out when you guys get back to the city. You'll have plenty of time before I kill you in Halls of War. So, all right. So 30 minutes goes by. You guys have done all that. What else do you do?
Let me find one.
Okay. So yeah. So if you
may I suggest we go back and recover some of the other bodies?
No. Why? What?
Well, they may be worth some money for you.
I don't see any reason for money and bodies besides Jot giving souls to his master. Well, his
That's
other
too late.
master.
Those souls are gone.
Surely took an important turn.
I know not to expect a warrior to know much about what these may be worth to other researchers or casters, but I guarantee there's probably money we're leaving behind, and probably a great deal.
If it doesn't take up much time, sure. And what do you want us to move them? What do you want us to move them to the Black Gate room where we're gonna sleep?
Yes.
Nope.
Shit we tolerate.
Well, what did we do with those displacers?
Were they displacer beasts? I would think
Yes.
did we cut their hides off? One of them?
yeah, you could hide.
No, we didn't harvest the body. We left the body outside.
Okay.
We pushed the bodies outside.
Yeah.
I think it'd be
So that
quicker
they
to
can
go
be
harvest them than argue about it.
So I'm
Oh yeah.
fine with
Yeah,
going.
that's right. You guys put
Right,
those
I'm
outside.
fine
the
with
Black
going
Gate.
down to salvage, to get them if
What's
you
the
think
effort
that there's
to reward
specific
ratio?
ones.
Well, we may not have to harvest the bodies here. We can just drag them to that room, and then I can
Like, do you
preserve
want?
the corpses there, and then we can push them out for someone else to do the work.
Do you
for
want one of
us.
the bird horses? Is that what you want?
Oh,
Bird
bird
horses.
horses. Those probably aren't.
I don't know what else you guys.
What about the horse wolf beasts?
That's the Terrans or whatever they were called. Terrans.
The Peritons.
Peritons.
Yeah, you're not going to really get any value from those things.
We have their eggs, which is
Yeah, the eggs are the
valuable.
most valuable thing.
But
right
the
What else? What else did you encounter?
Trolls.
Trolls have some value.
Vampire.
Cloaks.
Except you've thrown the troll bodies in the water.
right.
Oh, okay.
Right. The troll bodies are in the water.
All right.
We've rested since we fought the
Where are we gonna spend money?
cockatrices and Gorgon and
Wait,
Hooked
you encountered a
horror.
Gorgon.
yep,
How long ago?
10 hours ago.
That the blood of that is worth quite a bit of money.
Okay. Well, is it still worth something if you harvest it now, or does it need to be more recent, or what's your
It's been an hour.
No,
No, it's
10
about 10
hours.
hours ago.
Oh, But Bill, what do you think about that?
Make another knowledge nature check.
19.
Yeah, so possibly of getting their blood, it might be a little more difficult because it's not as fresh. You might have to go try to cut deeper into these things a little bit. It might be a difficult task.
I could sing for
But-
instead.
I could just do a gentle pose on the corpse and then let someone else do it, right?
Yeah, I mean, those things, they're huge, so it's not that easy in the sense of bringing those back.
Right.
They're giant, they're
we could-
huge creatures.
We could quite possibly bring it back into the Black Gate, if we drag it to
Yeah,
the
if you
nearest
drag
Black
it,
Gate.
yeah.
But
And then work
then
on it.
harvesting it there would be possible rather than
And
trying to.
I
Are
don't
the
see a lot of
cockatrices
manpower
are
around
worth
here.
anything, Bill?
Look at my muscles.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, the
Do I know if the cockatrices are worth anything?
No, you don't. Maybe some of their feathers would be to somebody, but not that. They're not going to generate that much.
Or eggs
value.
if they existed.
Yeah,
somewhere.
eggs if they existed, but you guys didn't find any of those eggs.
Okay. Now, we've searched the cavern here with the beaver, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, so the Gorgon, and what else did you find?
Actually, I don't know how much of it we've searched. We just-
Oh no, yeah, you guys didn't
Yeah.
search
Didn't
this
search
area.
anything. We're
Not
like
bad.
still in the main little section where the
We
little
searched
hallway
the-
is. We haven't even went into the stairway, like by the stairwell.
But
So-
amazingly enough, you're not going to find anything of value in
I
this
thought it
area.
looked like it was burnt anyways.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, a lot of it. As you notice, I
All
mean,
sorts of things of value. Your
no-
guys' company.
the one thing is you do notice, other than everything's burnt up from lightning blasts in here, that the floor is actually ripped up. So like turf, almost in a sense, torn up, so you can see a stone ground. So it's like they basically created this environment, and
Which could be through magic, but it's not illusory magic.
no,
actually
it's definitely
creation
not. Yep.
magic,
Mhm. Yeah.
like transmutation.
Valian kind of just validates it even more that whatever transmutation is done here, it's not this is not an illusion. That these wizards of Koth
Move Earth.
basically have moved Earth or whatever, actually put down trees and grass and
Pretty cool.
yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
The alien
Okay.
enjoys it.
yeah.
Well, I think that's all.
So you made the map?
Cockatrices may not be worth much, but
Let's-
Gorgon may be worth going back.
It's not that long of a trek to get to the Gorgon area.
No, it's
Two living-
just
two
down a
living
couple
bird
rooms.
creatures still back there too, big ones.
The hooked horrors or the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we put one
That's
in the
what they
water. I think I destroyed one statue.
they weren't bird creatures, but they were nasty.
I destroyed one of them. That was a statue.
Yeah, Erebus, they're hooked horrors because those
Okay,
are
then I would say that.
underdark
Then-
creature for
Alright,
sure.
then I would say that, yeah, the hooked horns.
Do I know if those are worth anything, Bill?
They're not worth that. I mean, in the sense you might get something for their blood. They're not. They're a common occurrence in like the Underdark or in caves
Okay.
and such. So they're not going to bring you.
Their value is in their ability to rip you to shreds, right?
Yeah, their value is more as a slave. To
Okay.
to basically break rock and stuff. Like the Drow and the Durgar will use them as slaves. So.
Well, that's all I think. Just perhaps the Gorgons, and that's it.
Alright.
Okay, let's
Sounds
let's
good.
make our way there. Let's scout carefully.
All right, so I put this on there, the wine white gate leading there. If you guys can put some sort of marching order on how you're going to go through there. Huh?
No, the one
Marching
that- I think I had upside down.
Yeah.
Tell me about the light, is it coming from the ceiling?
Yes.
Me and Kid.
Wasn't me. I didn't take him out. Just a little suspension.
Yeah, it might
still be over
there on the shelf over there. Or I don't know. Might be behind over there on that table. I'm not sure.
And at some point, hopefully, we'll run
What did
across
you What did
Dar.
you say, kid? I'm sorry.
Yeah, right.
I'm coiled around Umbra.
Sure.
So with Umbra.
All right.
It's just so I don't get lagged behind.
No snake left behind.
You got what I need.
Okay. So then you're gonna open the gate with the key. All right. So when you do so, this greenish black gas gaseous cloud enters into the
I
room.
closed it immediately.
I understand. However,
However, there it is. I get it.
English grass.
so I'm going to need Erebus and Zaz.
It's all the way to the ceiling.
Yep. To make Constitution saving throws.
I don't make the save at all.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
exempt.
1. That may be the hardest to read die on the planet. 9 on the die.
That is a 9 total. Unless somebody wants to spend their cards on
Natural
me.
20.
Nice. All right.
Yours?
Nope.
No, because I don't have any of those.
I'm running my 20, but there you go.
What is this?
All right, 1 sec. I forgot to check something.
It's a darkness spell.
I guess you don't.
hurt too bad.
I can.
Boy, you didn't get yelled at.
No.
We didn't think about that one.
Figure out the lightning strike on my chest.
All right, so you failed your save.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you are going to take 20 points of damage.
Alright, and then minus 56.
Yes.
You don't look so good. Oh, fine.
All right, so you're minus 56.
Yeah.
All right, and then Erebus, you take 10 points.
Wait, is this the only gate we can go through?
Hold on. No, there is another gate.
Damn it.
There's the black gates right there. There's a black gate there, but there's another gate to the
Right. where the
west.
trolls
Yeah, well, this is the troll room, but the trolls ran through the other room. That's where you fought the Peritons
are.
in there, and the trolls went through a white gate on that side. Okay, so now, as this is still in the room, half of it is, or at least part of the gas is in here.
Can I make my move since I was acting to put the gate
I
in?
am going to go around. As you shut down the gate, yep, immediately, that's not a problem. And then what do you do?
I move 30 feet away.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah,
Towards
there's
the
another
other
gate.
All right, so you head towards the other gate. All right, Umbra, what do you do?
Oh, I have a key out here too, so I'll go behind that. Just in case someone.
I think they have a key too, buddy.
All right,
I was just.
Thorn, what are you doing? And okay, with my keys, that's what you're doing.
What's going on, guys?
They're running. There's this greenish, blackish, gaseous kind of poisonous thing that's in the air that
Hell
they're choking Erebus, but really Zaz is choking.
I flee away from it towards my compatriots that were injured or got sick. Just in case
And it looks like it probably was poisoned by the reaction that she's having.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Kit, what do you do? Oh, Kit, you're grappled around Umbra, so you go right with him. Unless you're gonna change any kind of mode, but if you're staying with him, you can just stay with him.
Just stay with him.
Valian, what are you gonna do?
back the fuck up.
All right.
And then I go there.
All right. Elle?
I will make a beeline for to Zaz, and have I done a bind wounds on Zaz since our rest?
I think you did after the trolls.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think
I'm
it might
pretty
be
sure
that.
it's the case.
I think I
What about me? Oh yeah, you did.
Yes, you did a bind wounds on Umbra and Zaz.
In both of my forms.
So,
Well, that's okay. Both get less.
all right.
Okay, so I'll just try to accommodate,
No, my
accompany
Then.
Humanoid woman.
All right. What is Erebus doing?
I'll skitter across the ceiling to the other gate where Zaz is headed towards.
All right. And then Traveler.
I'm moving 60 feet towards the rest of the party.
Okay.
I'll try to put the party between that thing and me.
All right.
So, Bill, did it look like that was part of a cloud that just got cut off when the gate closed? Or
Yeah. So part of the cloud seemed to kind of linger still, and it still is lingering in the room
Hey,
here.
casters, what the hell is that?
Bill, does it seem like that was might be part of a stinking cloud, or perhaps the Gorgon has come back somehow?
Make an Arcana check.
26.
No, this is some sort of what you're getting from it. It's almost some sort of deathly cloud, almost like a cloud kill. Some sort of version of a cloud kill.
So a spell effect.
Some sort of spell effect. Yep.
Okay. It's it's the duplication of a cloud kill spell. Perhaps it's the dungeon's way of clearing out the whatever may be remaining before they reintroduce something new.
Can we spell it?
But it will continue to move towards us.
Can I make a history check
The
on
direction it
liches?
was heading.
What do you want?
Can I make a history check on liches?
On liches?
Yeah, like a lich.
Like, what are you trying to determine?
If I've heard of anything like them using cloud kills.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you that.
No, 8.
All right. Oh, no, 8? No, that's good enough. Yeah, I mean, you just in the sense common thing of spellcasters. You know, powerful spellcasters. A lot of them have cloud kill, and yeah, and what even what the traveler might be saying makes sense. Maybe they're killing everything in here.
Guys, let's open the next gate and hopefully there's not another cloud kill on that side.
Okay, and this one moves 10 feet towards you guys. You guys can continue to run if you wish.
Yes, I go to the door, I open it. Hopefully everybody gets through. If not, it's a cloud kill.
Bill, does it seem to be changing direction?
Wait.
It seems to be following you guys.
Umbra, go ahead and
Yes.
open it.
Okay.
Am I next to the portal right now?
Yeah, you're next to the black portal
Fine,
gate.
I
The
know.
It does not come towards you.
The
It
one
goes
that goes
towards the
to
rest
where
of
we
the
go
group.
next, right?
Well, they can go multiple places. One, it can go bring you back to the gatehouse, which usually that's where you're going to want to go, and then go from there to where you want to exactly go, versus just stepping in here and go, oh, we'll see where
Oh,
we
it's
go.
so tempting.
Wait, guys, shouldn't we just go to the black gate room?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so you guys instead make a beeline for the black gate, open that.
Back around.
All right.
Yeah.
So as you do that, it will take about a round, and you do see it coming towards you guys. You make the beeline, it kind of turns, goes towards you guys. Everybody steps through. Who has the black key? Okay. All right. So Zaz has that. You're the last one as it gets about 5 feet from you, and then you go, and you're back in the gatehouse,
And it creeps in.
and you survive a version of cloud kill.
I need to run.
Life-seeking cloud kill.
I think the
Yes.
liches noticed
Or
our
a key.
treachery.
Or a key-seeking one.
Yes.
It is a
This
lich.
is wonderful.
Yeah, actually, Dan, give me a religion check.
Given that last time those cloakers seem to be attracted to us as key holders. Yeah, religion is only going to be a 6.
Yeah, so no, you're not going to get a piece of it. So, but yeah, I mean, it definitely seemed like it's definitely seemed to be going after you guys, like it knows life, and was coming after you guys. All right, so you're back in the gatehouse, and what are you
Here with
guys
us?
going to
I'm just kidding.
do? Dar is not here still.
Alright.
Alright, let's
You do have the guy Don't forget though, there is the henchman guy here.
Oh,
Yeah, with the body.
Yeah, with
So
Thorn's body.
we found him.
Is
Alright, that's
the
good.
cloaker still outside?
Torn's body.
Huh?
Or the displacer beast still outside?
Whatever happened to Clay Gold?
Oh, yeah, they haven't been
Yeah.
recovered yet. Yeah, their bodies would still be there. You would see that.
9.
I think we should just
Nice
rest up,
okay.
guys, before we go back out there and get that
Is
going
it
on.
light in this room too, Bill?
No.
Is the light in the other rooms?
No, this is dark. Dark. There is light coming in from the gate. Because
And it's day outside.
yes, it is day outside.
Alright, so the light inside matches outside. I think we already established that, right?
Yes, at least for that, the Forest of Slaughter did. Yes.
Right. Okay.
You guys
What's up,
you didn't
Darby?
have that in the other area when you guys were going through. So that's just purely the Forest of Slaughter seemed to match time of day.
Umbra says I'm tired.
You're not tired.
Oh.
Zaz, may I see your wounds?
Don't you like throw fire and stuff?
Amongst other things. Just want to see if they.
Alright, since you're.
It
I
looks
mean,
like
you do worship Morgulok, so I do accept your healing. But I just didn't think that you could do such things. But.
Bill, does it seem
It's
like it's
Morgulok.
matching up with the cloud kill? What's been done to his body?
Yeah, partly. Give me also give me an Arcana check since
I've
you're
written
studying
that.
his body.
16.
Yeah, so you also think for this too that you think that even it took part of his like essence, something was sucking his soul out as well. So some death besides like
Some
the
necrotic
cloud, some
and-
necrotic mixed in there.
Like what a shadow or a
Yeah, almost like
wraith would do?
yep, exactly.
That was a creature back there.
Yeah, I told you guys.
No, you don't think it was a creature. You think it had some sort of it was a spell, but it has some sort of composition of like seeking life.
Interesting.
Yeah, and taking life.
I was probably sitting at that gate for a while.
Would anyone like to go back?
No. That's why we came here. Because now it's locked in that room, hopefully.
I said we should rest here.
Well, let me heal you, Zaz.
Alright.
Alright, Bill, I'm gonna get ready to heal him.
Okay.
I'm gonna take off a little piece of skin real quick.
Holy shit.
Wherever I think the right around where maybe perhaps he had an open wound that took some
I
of
don't
that
want
gas.
your flesh on me. Is
All
this the
right.
way Morgulok taught you to heal?
This is infected.
Yes, your flesh is infected, and
No,
I'm
it's
going to be
taking
more
flesh off
infected.
to you.
Oh, you're taking flesh off me. I thought you were taking flesh off your own self and putting it on me.
There's a piece of your wound that was infected by that.
Okay.
Are you gonna eat that?
All I heard was I'm taking off flesh and healing you.
All right.
Take off a big piece of your chest.
Okay. So you're healing him?
Yeah. Sorry, I digress.
Yes.
Things more important came up. All right, I'll use a third level spell.
All right.
You get 15 points back.
All right. So 15 back. 41.
Morgulok, dress the wounds of this agent of yours.
Oh, thank you. It's been so long since I've been healed by Morgulok.
And Umbra thinking that we're probably gonna rest here. I'm gonna use my final second level spell, Cure
Okay.
Wounds.
All right.
I'm gonna rest here for an hour. Not a day. Why would you?
Before Umbra does that, Kit gets off him and
So yeah. Oh, so
we can rest an
I'm
hour.
sorry. One
Use
sec.
some
Kit, what's that?
before he does that,
Rested, buddy.
Kit gets off him and forms back into the Dragonborn.
All right.
If we're gonna rest, I could get my other.
So I think let's talk about that. So are you guys gonna take a short rest, a long rest?
We do not need to take a long rest.
All right. Okay, so no
Okay, then
long
never
rest. So you're
mind.
gonna take
I'm
a
not
short
gonna
rest.
Right.
All right. So The one thing is, Kit, you'll come out of snake form anyways if you're going to take a short rest, because that'll be an hour.
I'm not going to go anywhere until
Three
it's
hours.
Oh,
dark.
3 hours now.
So she
Okay.
can
No,
last
you can
3
stay.
hours.
Okay, then you're fine. You would basically have another hour and a half in snake form.
It's either 2 or 3 hours for her. 'Cause it's
Okay.
Okay.
1:30.
I'm
Yeah,
going
2
to wait
hours.
until it's dark outside.
Oh, 2 hours?
It lasts 2 hours because 1/3 her level.
So you'll have a half hour still in snake form after the short rest then.
Okay, then I'll just stay snake.
Okay.
I go curl up the Thorn.
All right, perfect. Erebus?
I'm going to wait until it's dark until I go anywhere.
All
And I
right.
will burn a hit dice to hear myself.
All right, so you would say that you. So basically, Erebus is asking to take a long rest.
No, short rest.
No. It's day. He doesn't want to travel till it's night. Erebus is saying doesn't want to travel till it's night.
That's ridiculous, Erebus. It's not day during in other places of this.
I'm going to wait till nighttime.
It's always noon somewhere.
Okay. So we're taking a long rest.
Well, wait till nighttime for what reason, Erebus?
So it's dark. Where we go next?
It's dark everywhere else that we go next. The Forest of Slaughter is the only place that has an artificial light.
We don't know that.
Since you are so effective,
Doesn't say that on this.
Erebus, I am humble you.
John goes, look who's from here!
I agree. We should take a long
I'm
rest.
okay with a long rest.
Yep. Same.
Erebus is an important member. We should stick with
We're gonna wait till it's
Yes.
dark.
It's crazy. We all have spells.
I mean,
Like,
we're a scout.
why would we stop?
Well, I mean, because we have all our spells.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to take a long time. It's 8 hours. So we're not going to be attacked here.
Might be more like 12 hours. It looks like it's morning.
Right.
You're not,
That's the case.
18 hours.
you weren't helping your case here.
Yeah, it'll probably be about 10 hours of rest, in all honesty.
Is there any particular rush in this dungeon?
Nope.
There
Yeah,
isn't
we
a
gotta
rush
find
in
his
terms
soul.
of
Why are you pointing at me?
So we have multiple enemies here, but the two of note are the Lich, who doesn't know who we are, but possibly
We
seeing
hope.
this may know something is
You
here.
guys did free me from a demon, remember?
Right.
We don't know what kind
Number
of
two
what
is
kind of
demon.
relationship this demon and this lich have together.
Right. And they may have an even more important relationship now. Like, we might have just been wandering around here having fun at first,
That's
but
the-
now
That's a valid
The
point.
demon knows about all these doors
I
because
think
he
by that
traveled
log-
with them as old Thorn.
I think by that logic, we want to be fully equipped, right?
I'm ready to go. I don't need nothing but hey. Erebus says he's waiting till night. So guess what? This leader here says we're gonna wait till night. Decision made. All right.
Thanks. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay.
Anytime.
If we're taking a long rest, then I am going to use my second level cure wounds and
No.
my.
No.
Yes, you do.
nobody said we're taking. One person said we're taking the long rest.
No, 2,
Three,
3,
4, technically including John.
Should
5.
should is one
I
thing.
get like 5
Did.
votes.
Not so much. So we need to be able to act and not be noticed as much. So we've
think
talked
that's
about
something.
where to go, which is the Ooze Grotto, which I doubt they're going to be thinking we're going to head down there. But
Bilbo, are these like portals we're jumping through, or what?
Yes, they are. They're
Could I do
actual-
a clairvoyance spell through one of the portals?
You know, actually, that doesn't. No, you don't know that.
Yeah,
But if you discuss that with the group,
Ah,
you'll know that stuff will bounce.
that'll make you
most of
use
your
Divination stuff
spells
is not
and-
gonna
and
not work here.
teleportation spells are both going to be heavily messed with.
Oh my.
Yeah, you might see something completely different than what you see. And if you try to move in the sense of teleportation or even blinking, doing a blink or dimension door, you could end up in another
has anyone
plane.
tried?
I've seen it.
Yeah, he tried it and
I forgot.
The miniature version.
I wonder what I'd see with a clairvoyance.
So, the benefit of going in 12 hours is that a few people will have a few more spells returned, correct?
Yes.
And health and
I get 5 slots.
Well, health we can recover in
and my
power.
wings back. That too.
Yeah,
That's a benefit.
that's a
That's a big benefit.
I use 5 minutes.
And we've abandoned the idea of trying to salvage more bodies because that area is likely being purged.
Yeah.
So, going back in there.
And back there's no. I definitely think the Lich knows we were in there, so that's
So,
around.
however,
I'm ready to go on if you
Dar
wish.
is meandering around somewhere. That's not exactly the safest way to try to preserve our group either.
He's tough.
Whatever happens to him just happened. That doesn't matter.
Dar's gonna be tied up to a bedpost going, help me, help me.
He's tough enough.
Maybe
He'll
it's
survive.
They get to sleep.
Maybe.
Wake them up.
He'll be okay.
I just don't see a lot of benefit
Some of us
to it.
may be able to change our spells as well.
Okay.
I agree. I wish we would sleep for 10 hours. I want to go kill some stuff. But
It's not like we have to do 10 hours real time sitting here.
but our scout wants to hide. Our scout wants to hide, and he wants to be safe. So
Well, is there any reason to think that the other areas are going to be lit up with daylight?
yeah, I mean, what was the vampire setup? Was the vampire lit up?
Dark.
It was dark. I mean, there was, yeah, that was dark.
The very first room that we came into was lit up like crazy,
Everybody gets scheduled.
Yeah.
but
Very well.
everywhere else was, interior dark with some lighting.
Some lighting.
Well, we are at a split, my friend. Should some of us go on, some stay, or what
No.
should we do?
No.
Well, because that's just increased
Split the party.
Split the party up.
Increased
Sit back there and read your book, wizard.
If we could do more guards, I'd rather grab him and pull him in. But
You've never read a tactical book, I see.
No, I'm not.
Never split the party unless the DM says to split the party.
you must split the party.
We long rested, I guess.
We'll rest up. Let's
All
use up
right.
some hit dice.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well,
All right.
if we're gonna long rest, I'm gonna use
Go ahead.
my final 2
Go
slots
ahead.
first. Okay. Yes, because I'm gonna use them.
And casters, please text me your spells.
Okay.
I'm not trying
That if you need to have a set memorized.
Do you need mine, Bilbo, or is it fine? I'm just gonna keep on the same or whatever the fuck I have.
All right. Yeah.
I can text him.
So I,
Yeah.
I'm pretty straightforward,
Okay.
I get 19 back from my spells,
Okay.
so I'm minus 16.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna use hit dice. How many do I have left?
You have all your hit dice.
Oh, okay. And they're D10s, right?
If that's your hit die.
Yeah, I'm Paladin.
Okay.
Okay, first one, 6 back.
Okay. Remember, use your con.
Yep, I am.
Okay.
Second one, 7 back.
Does
Oh,
if we
you
take a
said
short
that.
rest, does he have to burn his hit dice to heal?
You can, and then you can recover most
I
of
use
them.
3 hit
3
dice,
hit
and
dice.
I gained exactly
He
all my.
he can
Okay.
second wind once an hour.
Is there any
Yeah.
advantage to us healing him before allowing him to burn
No,
his hit
because
dice?
one, you could second win, buddy. And
I don't
Yeah,
have
once
second
an
he
hour.
doesn't have. He doesn't have second
But-
win.
So I use 3 dice exactly,
I'll get one.
Okay.
so, and I'll get them all back.
Yeah,
as
he
long
can
as-
get all his hit dice.
Yep. So I was using being
Some
smart
of
with
us.
this.
He did it fine.
Yes.
I'm full back.
All right. So Kit,
At the end of the 8
Kit's
hours.
minus 29.
Okay, so first of all, hit Kit with
Wait, I gotta get
a healing kit.
What do
You
Yay!
gonna sing a
The
song
song
of
of rest.
Oh.
Rockabye, my dear evil monster friends. Let's harness more evil shit, and we'll cut it up and bring it with us. And you guys get max. You all get 6 hit points.
All right.
Actually, that means I'll use 1. Well, it doesn't
No,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
All right, so and then Kit is
Minus 23 right now.
so 15
All right.
points of healing.
Okay, so 15
When
there.
I get that feeling, you're gonna
Yeah.
get some
Oh,
magical healing. Magical.
Alright, so that puts you back at -8.
So that's the first hour.
Okay.
Who else is hurt of note?
Zaz, -35.
Okay, so after the first hour, I'll hit him. Because I hit Kit on the first before we came to here? I didn't, right? Okay, so after the first hour, I'll hit Zaz. Damn. 19 points.
So 35 minus 19 is
95 minus 19.
because he gave you 6 then.
Yeah.
And does the Song of Rest like just keep healing everyone, or what's the?
Just 1 by 6 for a long rest, and that's it.
Okay.
And I used 2 second level spells and mute myself all the way there.
Alright, perfect. Alright, so Zaz is all better then. So Erebus is -4 still. And Kit is -8 still at the end of hour 2. Unless you're gonna wrap up.
I'll use a hit dice there.
Hit die? Okay, so it'll all be all better then.
I was gonna recover with the rest of the
Sweet dreams
duration of it.
Yeah, if you use hit die too, the same thing to recover. So everybody's fine.
Everybody's fine after hour 2.
Everybody is completely on board. Everybody has all their spells, their powers. No one has any hit dice. Everybody has all their hit dice back to burn if you need short rest or bind wounds.
And
So
I will
you guys are
do
all
the
good to
rounds
go.
of checking him because he got exposed to the black mist.
Yep, he's
Check
fine.
and see if he shows any sign of additional.
Nope.
That doesn't mean a monkey form.
Oh, I am going to.
Well, true.
Yes, it wore off about an hour.
Oh, okay.
It did have,
But it had some sort of effect. We just don't know what.
Yeah, it took about an hour to wear off.
Okay. But it wasn't perceivable as to what that effect was at the time. Okay.
Nope.
And then, but nobody else seems like they've got any kind of nasty diseases or whatever.
I got
Well,
this weird rash on
we
my
know.
arm.
I was gonna
The
say it, but
invisibility functions.
It's trying to-
to.
Oh yeah,
No
visibility is good.
But I might
let
as well
Thorn
not
have
say
that
once,
personal
so-
confidentiality agreement, though.
That's
but,
right. That's right. Be careful with those.
So,
So I don't need clairvoyance, so I'll just get rid
Avoid
of
the
it.
troglodytes.
So,
I don't even
it's starting to
know
get dark out?
what
yes.
Find the adventuring time.
All right. All right. So you guys rest up. You're all ready to go. What do you guys do?
Bill, I'm going to cast 2 spells, one before we rest and then one before we leave. I'm just doing a Find Familiar before we rest, and I can talk to you about that later.
That is gonna just bounce.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Is it summoning or something?
Huh?
Do I think it's because it's summoning spell?
You think, yeah, it has something to do with trying to summon a creature in here. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
There's half my spells down the drain.
And before we get going here, about 10 minutes before I think we're going to leave, I'll do a Unseen Servant.
Okay, we can do that. All right. What do you guys do?
Head to the Ooze Grotto.
All right, so you are going to open up the black gate to the Ooze Grotto. Are you guys going to do
Trying to
anything?
figure out which gate that is.
No, it's fine. We know it's numbered. You guys had that. I gave you guys all that information.
Moving all my stuff.
The other question as well, if you guys kept a folder, then you wouldn't lose your stuff.
I wouldn't need to.
And then the other thing is, what about your white gate keys? Since they're like, yeah, but they're attuned right now to the Slaughter Forest. Are you going to tune them?
All attuned
So-
to this.
Well, no, we're going to tune certain ones to this.
Yeah.
We might want to tune to
So-
the
Because
next.
you have how many
We can
keys
go
now?
tune.
Oh, and by the way, I leave my black armor in here.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, I can put it right next to that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh,
All right.
I'm not bringing it in. I got my hit points to get away from the Ooze Grotto.
So there's the Ooze Grotto. What's around the Ooze Grotto? What other things are beyond.
I wish I know, but
You guys
I
have the
said-
map right here.
Like I said, my
If
father.
I
No, the
recall
map
correctly
is
from
right
the map,
down here. I
the
saw
forest
the
is
map.
next to it.
Unless it's under his game,
Covering
yes.
covering all the stuff.
I literally saw the map over here.
I see where Alex be throwing things away.
I don't throw everywhere.
Oh, I saw it. Literally. Well, then it's somewhere over there. Sorry.
It's in the shared Dropbox folder in the email, isn't it?
Yes, that too. It's in your guys' little Dropbox.
The pools and the forest.
Well, the things that are close, so right adjacent to, so you have the Ooze Grotto. North of there is the Predator pools.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
And then to
There's also a
the
hag.
southeast is the Forest of Slaughter.
There's like a hag in here we can befriend.
There's also quickly past the one room past the Predator pool is the Golem Laboratories.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
So let's attune to. I'll attune mine to the.
Didn't we want to do the Ooze Grotto, guys?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do. So we're going to go into the Ooze Grotto. The real key is the neighboring areas. If we end up getting there, we want to be able to get into it without having to
Come back
attune back here or attune on site
Yeah.
or whatever else. Here we can attune to any. We can attune one of these keys to any area from here.
I
So
thought
that's what I'm
Erebus
looking
and
at.
Drow wanted to go to the blood pens.
We
No.
do, but it's near. It's very close to the Masters area as it's described on the map. And right now we're trying to find more information and kill more
Before I
shit.
take my armor off, do I think that
Oozes do not have
acid
soul.
in
This will be a pointless endeavor.
Okay, so you have enough time, and I know this was one thing. Are you so? So Traveler, Zaz asks before he's about to take his armor. He wants to know about these oozes. How would they affect his armor and such? So if you like, I'll give you one. I just want give me an Arcana check. And then you're gonna know stuff, but depending on how high you roll, I'll give you more stuff.
So I'll ask around if anyone knows anything about oozes also, and we'll talk about it first before we talk to the group.
I'll share my knowledge with cats or the traveler.
All right. So you have advantage between the two of your brains.
All right. A 26.
Perfect. All right. So start out with the basic gray ooze, which is very common. Ooze in dungeons as being used. You know, like their resistance to acid, cold, and fire. And most oozes in general are immune to being blinded, charmed, deafened. They don't exhaust. They can't be frightened or even prone for that matter. You know, most oozes also have blind sight, so they don't need any light or anything like that. And also, though, usually the oozes, in the sense of their blind sight, you would know that it's usually within a certain radius. So beyond that radius, they would have no clue that you're present. But if you get in it within their presence, they're going to be aware of you.
Right. Does blind sight see invisibility?
It can.
Okay.
You said they're resistant to fire as well?
What is this?
They're resistant to fire as well?
Yeah, gray ooze are resistant to acid, cold, and fire. So that's your basic gray ooze, common in dungeons. You have your ochre jellies. They're resistance to acid. They're immune to lightning and slashing. In fact, with ochre jellies, if you hit them with lightning or a slash, they can split apart. And so now instead of dealing with one, you're dealing with two of them.
What color are those?
Huh?
Ochre
jellies. They're usually in brown, almost like a brown muddish color, maybe a mustard color. Some of them different
Don't
colors.
split the shit.
We would have been in trouble. That was so funny.
I have a him.
I fumbled my.
You do know that in the sense of both
opposite color.
of both those two creatures, they do acid damage. The gray ooze is more in the sense it can affect armor and weapons, versus the ochre jelly. Usually that doesn't affect their acid doesn't affect weapons and armor. So those are your two basic. Or well, ochre is a little bit. A little bit nastier than gray ooze.
Slime we've come across.
Yeah. You have.
That was acidic as well.
You have your gelatinous cube, which you might run into. Once.
This cube.
Oh yeah, haven't we?
Huh?
Oh no, we haven't.
No, you guys haven't. For them, those things are like they engulf people. And they, once again, same thing, they do acid damage. That's kind of their big thing. But yeah, the biggest thing is that they try to grab a hold of you and then just devour you in their cube until you're nothing but bones, your armor, your weapon, just hanging out inside the cube. Black pudding.
Oh, those are.
Are immune to acid, cold, lightning, and slashing. They love to climb surfaces and kind of attack from like ceilings, and so when you're usually not aware of them, they also can split in the sense of lightning or slashing. So they can be split apart into multiple.
So they're a more nasty version of the ogre.
Yes. What else do we got here? We got like green slime, which you guys can have already ran across in your pass as well. So, let's see.
Now, do I think that their acid is strong enough to burn through a black dragon hide?
You don't know until you try.
Oh, black dragon. Oh.
But black dragon
I can
probably
tell you
not.
about that.
So
Acid.
I mean, it might do some, but it would probably not. But
no guarantees.
No guarantees. Yeah.
Okay.
Straightforward.
I gotta do this.
We breathe.
If you're gonna take off your armor,
yeah, but you can take damage.
A stripper pole and
Well,
say, "She's
I'm
my
a
cherry pie."
She's my cherry pie.
Cool. And you gotta spin her on
Yeah.
the pole.
I don't do those things. Morgan Live doesn't like that.
What's your charisma? Maybe I don't want you to do that.
Charisma's very well.
So that's your basic. Those are your basic oozes and stuff that you guys would know.
Alright, I'll do my armor here.
Huh?
I'll do my armor in the room.
Okay, so you are going to leave your armor
My
here?
stripper pole.
Okay.
Okay, so, but I will.
Anybody else leaving their armor? Good. All right.
Do I have one?
I have no decks. I cannot do this.
Who's leaving their armor?
Zaz.
What?
Yeah. I'm not getting this damage down here. You know how long I waited on this?
What kind of armor is it?
Plate mail?
Dragon.
Dragon hide?
Dragon hide plate
Who's
mail.
ready to-
Black dragon hide plate mail.
So it's resistant to acid.
But I don't want it burned and damaged.
Okay.
You're not leaving it here, are you?
Yes I am. No one can get in here.
So it's always me.
Would you like me to carry it for you?
Nope.
You can give it to me, my friend. Alright.
Perhaps give it to someone else. Don't leave it on the ground here.
I'm giving it to the henchman in the corner with the dead body.
It does not fit in your bag?
I guess I can do that too.
Of course, if the bag gets run.
But yeah, very true.
Take the skins out and leave them here while we travel.
Well, that's a good idea. Do the behavior skin.
Yeah. I thought it would be here skin.
Okay.
The little slits of.
Yeah, that's probably. Oh, through this.
And make a loose
slit- oh, okay.
every kittens and say
All right. Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, don't.
I'll see.
I'll do the preserve on.
They've already been taken.
No, they haven't.
That's why they're
No,
not.
they're still there. The Displacer Beast bodies are still there. It takes some time to come out of the village. So,
Bill, if those are all there, I'll do that preservation on them too.
Okay. Yep. You absolutely could.
I think it gives them 10 days.
Yep. Perfect.
Wait,
As long as you don't have to touch it.
Yeah. As long as you don't have to touch it.
Caster, if you remember, what's your name?
I was going to tell you that. That way you don't have to call me Caster or Traveler anymore.
Well, Harvester.
Or Harvester, your new name.
Harvester. Well, I rather like Harvester. I've gone by many names. I guess you can call me Sul Kresh.
Soul Crush?
Yeah, Sul. S-U-L.
Sul.
Kresh. Sul Kresh.
Soul Crash the Harvester.
Yes.
I like Sulu.
So I remembered everything while we faced that Bihur. Our battle with it reawakened my mind and my past battle with a Bihur also. I remember we were in a maze fighting a great Minotaur demon, and the whole dungeon started to crumble around us, and we fled for the entrance, and I got separated from my party. And as I ran down the ever-darkening hallways, the ground crumbled beneath me, and I was trapped as the whole place started to crumble around me. So I used powerful magic to teleport from there, but something, the dungeon was magic itself, and something must have gone wrong because I was sucked into a black void. All I remember after that is laying on a table, a cold stone slab. Attached to me were dozens of blackish tubes pumping fluids from my body, maybe putting them in. Everything was dark. Thought it was a large cave. Maybe there were others on stone slabs next to me. It was all very foggy, maybe a dream.
Then you woke up and
Maybe,
realized it wasn't?
What?
And then you woke up and realized it wasn't?
No. It kind of faded and came back and became vivid again and then faded again.
So, like, you actually had these blue tubes tied to you and put stuff inside of you? Or you don't know?
Well, I haven't inspected my body.
Okay.
But well, I came conscious for a moment, long enough to, I would come conscious and I didn't have the energy. It was like everything magic was being sucked out of me. And finally I came conscious long enough to pull myself from the table, and I had enough strength finally to teleport myself. And everything went wrong again, and I ended up here in this room.
And you don't see any marks on, because you've only kind of seen his face and his hands, but you don't see any marks or anything in the sense of like little holes or injections, anything like that on him.
I'll inspect you.
Yeah, I'll lift my shirt up.
Yeah, and if he lifts his shirt
I
up,
start asking about it.
yeah, and there's nothing, no signs of any little, prick marks or anything like that.
Well,
maybe it was all a bad dream.
I'm sorry you had to endure that.
Bacon, what did you do?
Do you think you're being harvested?
But maybe you were brought here because you fought the demonic Minotaur, and there's demons in this place, and maybe you got resummoned.
I do not know. But to answer your question, someone also asked about cloth, and I have no love for them, but they have never done anything very bad to me, but I know not to trust them.
So you don't hate them, but you don't love them either.
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Well, all I need to say is, what did Vega do?
We don't do much talking here, so it's a lot of just killing. So be ready.
But, yes, I am Sul. I am a Thurge of Morgulog.
I killed somebody once. A long time ago.
So that is it.
Was nice.
Is that true?
All right.
Yeah. I think I actually did the killing.
Oh, we got through the black gate of the ooze.
Thank you.
The Ooze Grottos.
All right.
How many white
So
gates?
if you want to set up marching order, how you're coming through the
Like
gate.
So I've got one. He's got one. He's got one.
Oh, that's right. You guys were gonna tune gate
I'm not gonna do
keys.
mine. Correct.
You're gonna leave yours at the forest.
If you have
Between the
another one,
floors,
I will.
I'll go to the.
Why don't you do the Ooze Grotto?
What's next to the ooze grottos? Like, what's the next one over?
So you have the pools that's above.
Alright, I'll tell mine to the pools actually.
The
We should go there.
the golem laboratory
And I'll do
is.
the Ooze Grotto as well.
So
I
two
want two on the Ooze Grotto. One on the pool.
Yep, and then the ooze, and then there's the golem laboratory
Yeah,
past like one room, past the pool.
only.
All right. So what are you doing? What are the keys? Who's got what key?
Oozes.
Okay, so first, go ahead and do an Arcana.
Can
Yep.
Cana.
Let's see if you can attune.
11.
All right. Try again.
You're making it dull.
Try again.
You're making it dull.
If you can get it, I say give it to me, I'll try.
All right. So after 4 attempts, he's failed. The kid says, "Give it to me."
One more.
No. All right. So kid, go ahead.
Hey, wait.
Arcana.
Can you go through those in cat form? Or whatever form you're in?
17 plus 1, so 16 total.
Yep, you're good. So she attunes it to the Ooze Grotto, right? All right, so write that down, Kit, that you have one of the keys attuned to the Ooze Grotto.
I'll do the other one.
All right,
So I
we're
have
doing.
one of the white keys.
Yep, one of the white keys to the Ooze Grotto.
A 3 because I fumbled.
All right. So.
The key blast
All right, so give me another check.
Oh my god, it's 5. It's hideous.
Wait a second, we can do something about that.
Yep.
You
We're
are
just gonna keep trying. Is that how it works?
There's so much time. What will happen? Basically, I'm counting down time.
Sure. So I'm going to offer a prayer to
All right.
Bella.
All right.
So that's.
And I sing a song of
That,
blessings.
oh yeah. Then we'll do that. So that's 18.
You're good.
Plus,
All right.
Keep this.
And so you have Ooze Grotto.
I have the Ooze Grotto, correct.
Okay, perfect.
And no. Yeah.
That will wear. Give that back to me because that will wear off. This is
How long
time,
does it last?
basically.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
10 minutes.
This is
Resting
like
time.
this is like you're spending time after rest an hour trying to figure out. Just like, oh, I can't do it. I gotta try another time.
14, Arcana.
Nope.
You have 3 tries to do that.
Can I get a blessing or something? People's.
Yeah, I will give them a bless. Or a guidance.
Don't we have like 4 keys
Oh my
total?
God.
4 white keys?
On both dice.
Both ones.
Okay.
Nope, what did you get?
Oh, you could bet the bless. You could do the blessing.
I'm definitely doing it.
Then you're good. But the bless will be good. And what did you attune yours to?
The predator pools.
Predator pools. All right, so that's
The one right above it.
that's 3 keys. You guys have any more?
I think
I thought we had 4 now, but
Yeah,
we
Valian
can
had one
pick
now.
one up.
Valian has the 4th key. Yeah, so you have a
So
key.
you,
Where am I
you're
attuning?
gonna be forced to slaughter here.
That's a good question.
That sounds good.
What's south of the pool? Let's see.
South. Well, no, there is nothing. So you're going to the very southwest. Is where you're at. So to the east of you is the Forest of Slaughter. To the north is the pools. Past the pool is the Golem Laboratory.
So keep
I
one on
like
the
the
force.
Golem Laboratory.
All right, so go ahead and give me, and I'm sure it'll bless you. So put a D4 in there
Yeah.
too.
A little bit of patience and a well-spoken evocation.
Yeah.
And I'll be a 25.
Yeah, so no problem. You make it look really easy. You're like, I don't know why you guys struggled. They're all sweating.
He
It
takes his
wasn't.
time.
But- all right. So make sure you write that down. That you have a white key that's attuned to the Golem Laboratory.
So what does that mean, friends? I can teleport there? Or what?
You can open. So there's these white gates. So the white gate that Zaz opened in the forest when all of a sudden that black greenish mist came through, that cloud kill that came through. That's to open up doorways.
Do not die.
So
Yeah, if you don't open the doorway with a key,
That happens.
It
it
hurts.
get interesting.
It gets
yes, you get bounced back, take damage.
Yeah, it
It's
hurts.
not fun.
It hurts.
It hurts. So.
I've done all the stupid things in the.
Oh no, there's more to come.
There's more.
I'm sure there'll be
Ooze is
more.
for. It's to test out.
Well, yeah, there's the ooze and then there's the lich.
Okay, so you guys got a marching order on who's going through what?
Yeah,
This
sure.
one's
This one's the map. This is over here.
I'll just put it off on the green or just
Are you an elf?
I'll take the map off here.
Well, like a short.
Elven friends.
Aren't you like a short? I thought you were like a halfling.
Half elf.
Oh, you're
Don't
short.
insult
Yeah.
He's half. I have some good half elf, friends too.
He's half important.
Yeah, I didn't say what my other half was.
You're half elf halfling.
Half. As long as it's not
That's all the time.
elf and a halfling. Half elfling.
I'm gonna talk to you when we're resting.
That doesn't
You watch the new guy, okay?
I was like, come on.
Can you do that for us, Paladin?
Where are you?
Yeah.
I guess I'm in front of you.
Very well.
If he got separated from his group, usually that means delicious. He did something and somebody tricked him.
Need some help? Yeah.
Oh no.
Did you expect us to
Oh
come?
yeah.
I'm not there yet, right? Or did I come into the black gate as soon?
Whoa!
The black gate.
Yeah.
Yes, you put the key in the ignition. You open and
White cards may
You
or
might
may
want me a
not
little
actually
bit.
cause lightning. That's good, Bilbo.
Yeah. Yours, unfortunately, it's a gun.
Wait.
I don't think
Last time you used that figure, it was
all my
bad.
spells are psychic in nature.
No, I love the skulls. Those are cool.
I don't like the last
I've been
time
in
you
other
used
fights.
those figures. You know, like the
That's
the last time you used those figures, it was bad.
the wrong camera.
That was the wrong group.
All right.
I think this is the wrong group figure she put out. Just saying. This might be a great idea.
All right. So probably put Erebus in there with you. This first to come through.
Oh yeah, I'm going through first.
Well, you have to go with that. So.
Well, Zaz doesn't have to go through though, right? Just
No, he has. When he opens it, he's on the other
Got it.
side. Yeah. So basically,
Well, yeah, I'll come across on the ceiling, assuming I can.
no, you have to kind of come through in this sense with the black gate. You come through, walking through, and then. But then you can shoot up.
You can spike them.
Cracked and decaying bones are piled up throughout this chamber. In the northeast corner is where you guys appear there, in the black gate as that opens up. You see 3 large brown mustardy colored jellies forming, the ochre jellies that Valian and Soul described, as well as 2 whites. You guys are familiar with them. So you're going to be guarding both of these exits out of this room. Let's roll initiative.
Yeah. How do the whites look like they're trying to stop the oozes? Is that what it is?
Oh, there's a shocker.
You don't know that yet.
Yeah. Don't need to use my initiative card yet. I still got my 20s. I still got my 20s.
Yeah, good. It's not a attack roll, sounds good.
I still have my 20s.
All right. Anybody above a 20?
You know it.
You know it.
21.
Umbra, 21.
Nice job, Umbra. You got me this time.
Oh, you guys.
You know, this carries over 21?
Yeah.
All right, so this carries over into other games, by the way. So we played this, what is it called, Andor? What is it called? Legends of Andor game. Me and him have played a couple sessions trying to figure out the game. Very tough game, especially when you got a guy, when he plays, we switch back and forth on who's the bad guys. In the sense, we're together, we're co-op, but when I'm attacking, he's, defending and vice versa. And so every time, of course, he's rolled super high and just killing my character in the game.
Yeah.
And so it's
His
like
character died
we-
like 10 times.
we can't win. You know, yeah, I died like 10 times in one of the games. Just kept coming back with 1 hit point.
3 hit points.
Or well, yeah, 3. But yeah, so we have not been successful yet
It is
playing this
hard.
game.
Because when you roll for the bad guys,
Yes, he kills me. So, all right.
They have +2.
Anybody else above a 20? All right, 16 to 20.
I'm gonna slide on this one.
No? Wow.
Yeah, the
Okay.
losers are probably faster than us.
Well, somebody is. So then,
13.
okay, so Zaz is 13. Anybody above a 13?
I'm at 12.
Wow. Jeez, the fast guys are slow today. Doesn't matter. It's just a couple of creatures here. Anybody else above a 10? Wow. Okay, 6 to 10.
Man, we're just rolling groggy.
I'm a 6.
So,
7.
all right. So Kit is a 7. Elle and Thorn are 7s or 6s. All right.
Soul is a 6.
Sewell is a 6 too.
Oh, wow.
Elle is a 6.
All right.
Yeah,
Huh?
man.
Elle is a 6.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh, I'm a 7. I'm a 7. I'm a 7. I'm
An 8. Oh,
Oh, Josh is a 7.
just holding back there, aren't you?
That was plenty of people.
All right.
Josh is a
and
7.
I'm 7.
I got that part. Yeah. Okay.
lucky 7.
Oh, so 7.
I beat somebody.
What do you get?
Ooh, yes.
Be me.
Darn, what do you get?
Be me.
Oh, that's what you got.
All right. So here we go.
What, dude?
Oh, what do you get?
What are you asking,
Your
bro?
initiative.
Why do you matter?
I was
All right. So the first thing up, amazingly, is me, the dungeon master.
Wait, what?
So the white comes running across.
Oh. Do we hear anything on the other side of the white gate? I mean, black gate.
No. And it's gonna go for you, Zaz.
Like any yells?
This one is standing back, kind of waiting to let you come through. Stops there, kind of just holding his claw back. So the one though comes striking at you, Zaz. What's your armor class right now? And you thought it was just going to be oozes. 13? All right. Didn't know there was going to be live people. Oh, they're dead. But and it is, and to your liking though, Zaz, it's dark in here.
I mean, Erebus.
Erebus, I mean,
Thank you.
it's dark.
Thank you. Thank you.
But it doesn't matter for these guys. All right, and so it first comes claws you and strikes you in your chest, and the other one right too, just both right on your chest, both claw marks here.
So what is this yell of pain?
For 21 points of damage, as they just rake you in your chest
So in the black
twice.
in the black
Blood's
gate,
coming
in the
down.
black gate we hear
Umbra, you are
So
up.
do I notice something's happening?
No, you have to step through, buddy. It's all
Okay.
black on your side.
I guess it's by everyone. So I step into the gate.
Yes.
You just asked me to put you there, buddy.
Well, I did it. Sorry.
Camera's right there.
All right.
So I get
So
there.
you see a white that just attacking Zaz. See Zaz bleeding in the chest, on her chest.
Schmack. That is. That's gonna hit.
How do you know?
It's 22
All right, you hit.
for 6 points.
All right,
Second swing. 15
that's gonna hit.
for 10 more.
All right, so 16 points. Go ahead and throw that on there, Billy. If you guys have dice out there.
Yes.
I'm
All right, so yep, you slash twice. And, you know,
I hit it twice with a hammer.
okay, with a hammer, you bash into it. All right. And, all right, can you do anything else?
Wait, what? Actually, none of the really turns out yet. Never mind, I'm not gonna do that yet. Your turn. Oh, next turn. I'm done.
You done? All right. All right, Zaz, you are up.
Do I have to stay in the black circle?
No. Yes, actually, you do. Till everybody comes through. Sorry. You do. Yes.
You get an attack. You get an attack option.
Okay, so yes, step back. Well, no. Oh, you because you're gonna fire on him.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Not shoot him.
All right, he hits you again.
Okay, cool.
But only for just light scratches. You back up, so you're minus 24 now.
Wait, I thought the scene was like Thor and Infinity War holding open the gate. Like,
No, not quite.
that'd be cool. But
No, it's just with a bow this time.
I guess this is more like the Bifrost.
100 mark on him.
All right,
16
that hits.
for 10 points.
All right,
Is that 26?
is that on the same one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The one that's
16
fighting.
as well. 9 more points.
35.
Still up. All right, done.
35.
All right, Erebus, you are up.
35.
Alright, so did I get to the ceiling or you saw me on the ground?
You are still on the ground.
Don't worry, I take it to attack away. You're fine.
And there's one next to me, or?
Yes, but you saw it swat
Okay,
at.
so I'm clear to move.
At least you think you are.
Well, we'll see. Alright, I'm moving up. How tall are my ceilings here?
20 feet.
Alright, and before I climb, I'm looking for oozes on the ceiling.
All right, give me a quick perception check.
Yeah, just a quick one, please. Yeah. Exactly. You warned me about that. Thank you, whoever did that. Alright, it's only a 15, though.
No, that's good enough. You don't see anything. You just see the 3 on the ground
Okay.
as of right now.
Alright, so move me up to the ceiling. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. How far is it up?
20 feet.
Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna shoot twice at whatever was hurting Zaz there.
Okay.
Pretty white.
Alright, here we go. Big headshot here. Whoa, I think I'm gonna miss. That's crazy. It's 11.
Yeah, that misses. You hit the stone next to it. Just moves out of it the way.
And second shot.
Not the time to be toying around.
Sorry. That one will hit. AC 22.
Yes, that hits.
Alright, cool. And terrible damage though. 10, 11, 26 points.
That's terrible.
It's a bad roll, yeah.
61.
That's pretty good. Huh?
61.
It goes down, flops down to the ground.
Where does that go?
Yeah, you just put the arrow just down into his head.
Jumps on it.
You want to drop by you?
And move me another 20 into the room
Okay,
on the ceiling.
on the ceiling. So just put the case there.
Over by the ooze.
Just leave me in the middle somewhere. It doesn't matter.
All right, so that's Erebus. What does Jot do?
Yeah, that's a good point. Jot will fly up, stay within 10 of Erebus, and kind of laugh at them all.
Okay, so just put him up on the same stand for now.
Thought it was just going to be oozes, didn't you?
All right, Valian, you are up.
Being realistic, he's probably just gonna wait in line. You know, figures he just goes running ahead out of his usual impatience. You know,
All right, so he's gonna wait.
that's
So,
typical. He likes to go in front. I'll just wait.
all right, you're gonna wait. All
I
right,
disobey
Kit,
whatever.
you are up.
It's difficult.
You step through the gate. All right.
And I see what?
So you see a white about 5 feet or 10 feet in front. Yeah, 5 feet in front of you, and another one that's laying dead with an arrow stuck in its skull on the ground. There's also 3 large piles of bone on the floor, as well as these 3 large ochre jellies.
Oh joy. Shot. Nice job, Erebus.
Yeah, she knows already.
And I take my spear and I try and stick at one of them. Stick
All right.
the white up.
All right. Now it is dark in here. So do
I
you?
do have my dark
We both have our goggles.
Oh, you have the goggles. That's right. Thank you. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we don't
Both me
allow
and Umbra have.
females
Yep.
in this group anymore.
All right. So go ahead and attack.
Well, no.
I highly doubt this makes it, but head?
No, yeah. So you stab at it, just completely miss it off to the side as you stab it, and you're getting adjusted with your goggles. All right. Do you do anything else?
Can't really do anything else.
Thorn, you are up.
Oh gosh, everybody's going in there. I'm going to go in there too.
All right.
So I'm just going to plop me on any empty spot.
All right. You want to put Thorn on the map, Billy, or any empty spot?
Yes. And I'll look over at. Where's he? Where's Umbra?
Hi.
Are you? Do you want it? Do you want it? Then he already has a copy, but now I've already got this up ready. I turn you into a giant ape.
Giant baboon.
Ooh.
Okay.
And then, as a bonus action, I let Zaz know that you are nice, and I give you the "You Are Nice" card, so you have a bonus for 10 minutes.
This is exactly accurate.
What the fuck?
All right.
And I'm done. I'm squeezing out.
All right. So that's what, a 3rd level spell?
That is a 4th level spell.
Or 4th level spell.
That's my 1 4th level, and then I got 1 inspiration die out on Zaz, and there we go.
Each.
I'm done.
All right, perfect. Got it.
Use that inspiration.
Nice.
Secondly.
All right, Elle.
Alright, so
I figure since you're naked,
step on through to the other side.
All right.
When I see that shit.
it's more me whistling at your character.
You peek
All
back
right,
through. Like,
Some self-confidence.
So based on the descriptions that we were talking about earlier, these seem to be 3 ochre jellies,
Yes.
and the piles of bones seem to be what they're feeding on.
Possibly. You're not going to know that quick.
All right, I will do a. I'm just going to do a sacred flame on this white.
Okay.
So DC 15.
DC 15.
Dex save.
Makes it 17 on the die.
And I will.
Man, very concentration. Jesus.
Got a setup. I'm going to step to here. My shield's out.
Okay.
And pull my short sword.
All right. Soul, you are up.
Alright, so there's no light in that room, Bill?
Yeah, once you come through, once you step in through the gate, there is no light in here at all.
Okay.
It's completely dark.
Okay, so I'm completely blind right now. I'm gonna cast light on a dagger and throw it in the middle of the room.
You're a damn human. Get out of here.
All right, so light flashes in the middle of the room, light illuminates the room.
What is that? We're not supposed to use that.
All right.
Blind.
Erebus might shoot you. Every spell in this list is either psychic or concentration. Yeah. You see these goggles that these Dragonborn have?
All right.
Once he's an ape.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, perfect.
I cast the spell, so that's my action.
Would you feel comfortable wearing goggles like these Dragonborns have on?
Yeah.
or they.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are they, let me see, like, dark vision?
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Sounds good.
You can come examine the ones I have if you want.
All right, so. All right.
I'll be blind for a couple minutes.
The jellies here.
We need to arm this polymorph with a bag of rocks.
So that one huge size one and then a couple large.
We need to arm this girl with a bag of
A
rocks.
huge one
Giant.
is
Hey, man,
probably
one
jelly
level
as
up.
well.
So are
You're
those
gonna be a
dogs just
Tyrannosaurus
stuck
Rex.
or
No, that's the next
They're
level.
bones. Piles of
Just piles of
bones.
bones. Okay.
Yep.
And you have to see it. Like,
Piles of
I
bones.
don't know if they
Let's go with soup.
shoot down on some chihuahuas or nothing.
All right, so one of these ochre jellies, just this pod, just kind of reaches out and tries to hit the big ape. What's the AC in the ape?
Like 12, 13.
12.
All right, so it hits you. All right.
Oh, wait, what hits me?
You're getting hit by an ogre jelly.
So some of the jelly moves up. This brown mustard, this ooze, hits you. And you are going to take 4 points of regular damage and a point of acid.
Okay, so 5 points.
For 5 points.
Oh. Weak. What are these skeletal dogs?
They're piles of skeleton bones, or piles of bones. All right, this is a new round. All right, the white steps up and, well, it's right next to Kit, right?
Kit and Elle.
Okay, so both of you.
Yeah,
All right.
10 feet away from it.
Well, all right, it's going to go for Kit. All right, so it claws out at Kit,
Of course it does.
and it fumbles.
Ooh.
Yes.
Give me attack of opportunity. I'm 10 feet away from it, so I can hit it. And it has to do with attacks of opportunity.
I probably don't get hit for once.
No, you're definitely not getting hit. Okay. Yeah. So it basically just swipes in the air and misses, kind of loses its footing a little bit, and it is done. So no more white for this round. Umbra, you are up.
So, just gonna pound on the white.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot it's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Missing.
2 attacks at 3 die 10
Yep.
plus 6. Oh yeah.
That is pretty
Extra 150 hit points.
Fumble.
Oh, no.
Actually, wait, no. I'm gonna use this.
Okay.
Advantage.
Nice.
Advantage.
All right. So advantage on a skill or attack roll. All
Oh,
right.
yeah. 20 to hit.
That hits.
Nice.
Nice save, buddy. And that's why I like giving you the cards, because I know you're going to use them.
31 points on the first strike.
Oh, so you smack it, it goes down, buckles to one knee, but it's still alive.
Comes up with the uppercut.
All right.
The gorilla uppercut. Another 20 to hit.
All right, so yep, you hit it, uppercut in his jaw.
You're just like that dude from
21 more points with uppercut.
All right, so it
Slams
goes,
in the
yeah,
ceiling.
so it goes, he pounds it, it goes to one knee, comes back up, and it hits it underneath its chin, it flies up, hits the ceiling, it comes down on the ground, boom, flop, dead.
Nice. Very nice.
Umbra's pounding his chest, are you done?
Yeah, make my move.
All right, yeah, all right, nice. All right, Zaz, you are up.
10-foot reach is just hit.
Yeah.
Most of my hunter's mark is white dead.
Yeah, I
Yeah, both the whites are dead.
Flying to the big ooze.
Who's there?
The one
Okay,
that
Ochre Jelly, the one that's attacking at
Umbra.
Umbra.
12 hit an ooze.
Yes, it does.
Wow, nice.
And then
I didn't get one.
15 points.
All right, so shoots an arrow into it, 15.
But a natural one does not.
Ooh, no, look at this. The fumbles are coming.
No.
All right, here we go.
2 and then a 1. Do I shoot the big ass 8?
All right, no, here we go. So the projectile's flying, okay, straight upwards.
Straight upwards.
Yeah.
Erebus.
Yeah.
John.
I need you to make a dexterity check here.
19.
Okay, perfect. So it goes flying up right by Erebus, but it misses him. Hits the ceiling.
It goes by my
I
head.
was just making sure you were paying attention.
All right, Zaz is done. All right, Erebus, you are up.
Figured
Alright,
somebody has to keep
first,
you on your toes.
I'll tell it to Jot to go take care of that light for me. And then
All right.
it's on a dagger, right?
Yeah, he put it on a dagger. Yeah.
Jot will fly down, pick it up, and does Jot wear clothes? Can he tell he's naked?
No, he's naked. He does not have
He
clothes.
puts it in between his legs. There's no light.
And then he'll keep flying down the hallway. He's gonna throw it down that way.
Okay, so yeah, so he'll go down this hallway and bring
And
it
in
down.
fact, he'll
there.
just toss it at the end of his turn. He'll just move and manipulate to pick it up, and then throw it as far as he can.
All right, perfect. Which he'll see a white gate, and he can throw it by the white gate down the hall.
Sure.
Shut
Now
it
you
down.
idiots know where you're going. And happily back in the darkness, Erebus will take a shot. So what's are there more whites?
No, they're both down.
Alright, well let's try to take on an ooze, I guess. So what's the nearest ooze to one of our guys? Right there to the left?
The big one that's on Umbra, and Zaz shot an arrow into it. And...
Okay. So I'll do the same thing.
Okay. Before he almost hit you with the second arrow.
And that is a crit.
Nice. Jeez. All right, you guys.
It's just all mixed.
All over.
It's
All
like
right.
crumble, crit,
All right.
crumble.
Maximum damage.
Alright, and I believe we know that's 41.
What?
All right. Because of your.
We
All right.
tried it a few times
Yep.
before.
So what's it at? How much? 41, and you hit it before, right, Billy?
Oh yeah.
All right. It just kind of fades to the ground. Just kind of oozes out. So that one's gone.
Nice.
It oozes out.
Just kind of just becomes jelly on the floor. Brown
Jelly,
mustard jelly on the floor. All right. That's your first attack, right?
I only get double
One.
on the first round.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, you're done. All right, Valian, you're up.
He's almost there. He's almost there.
Yep, that's right. Thank you, Seth. That's so close.
Our training has been long.
Yep.
Go ahead and just magic missile with my wand at the closest ooze.
Okay, perfect.
Can I use this now?
Sure.
4, 8. It's gonna be 11 points.
All right. Put 11 on there and mark the charge.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah,
I think it recharged because of resting.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm done.
All right. Anything else?
No, all done. Just move in.
All right, Kit, you are up.
You can still pop these with your
Are you
I
gonna?
just saw Erebus shoot a couple arrows into it, right?
One of the oozes, the closest ooze next to Umbra. He shot down one arrow, and it seemed to just turn into jelly. And then there's another one that just you saw Valian in the blackness shoot out magic missiles into the other one, blasting into it. And you could step up, correct? Can she move over there? Do you want to?
If she wants to.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to though. So there's an ooze about.
Inventory list.
There's
So I think I have a wand of something.
Yeah, you have one of something called lightning bolt.
Oh, I have something else.
Tangle, maybe. I think we might even hold that one.
I think she has a wand of lightning bolt.
You have lightning.
Yes,
Yes, you have
lightning.
I don't think it's ever been used though.
No.
No.
If I had
So,
rocks,
Yep,
I could be
gather
able
it does.
I could pull her out and attempt to hit it.
If you recall, that you know that lightning on this thing would split it in two.
Oh.
Don't press the red
you should have
button.
make her roll a
I
wisdom.
almost rolled when you said that.
Make her roll a wisdom
Yeah,
check.
that's why I'm letting you know. So
Make her roll a wisdom check.
I'm giving Kit.
She might have been napping.
I have most of you guys
Cat,
make that wisdom
Kit
check,
Kat was
but I'm
taking
not
a
being
cat
mean
nap.
to
I still have
Kit.
extra vote.
Kidnap was taking a nap.
And
So what are you gonna do, Kit?
these things are resistant to acid, right?
Yes.
That blinks that.
Or immune.
Or immune.
Or
I'm just gonna throw frickin'
Those only show.
does it smell like poo?
So they just smell like
where my javelins go?
Okay, javelin. All
My
right.
javelin disappeared.
All right. Well, go ahead and roll.
Natural 20.
Oh!
Man, you guys are killing me. All right. All right. So it's double damage as you throw the javelin into it.
That's actually magic, but awesome.
Because I don't have my javelin on my actions anymore because something happened.
Javelin's what, a D6, guys?
I think so.
All right. So D6 plus
Strength.
your
Strength or dex.
strength or dex.
guess 2d6.
For dex.
So 2d6 plus.
56?
Yep, because you did double. So 2d6 plus your
5
modifier.
3 plus 3, so 6 plus 5 is 11.
11 points. Sorry, you want to throw 11 on that thing? What's it at now?
You javelin the shit
22.
out of it.
All right, still up.
That's
All right, Thorn, you are up.
I'm gonna toss a card at it.
Nice.
Let's see, you guys. I might hurt you even more.
This could be
Might be
bad.
lightning. It might be lightning. First of all, to hit is 12.
12 hits.
And then, let's go here, buddies. King of Hearts. Is that a
All
heart?
right,
No,
yeah.
King of
So
Hearts.
hearts
Heart.
is Ice Shard.
Ooh.
All right, so it's going to put 10 points of damage on it.
Ooh.
However, it can't be knocked prone. All right, so.
And does it take damage from cold?
This one does, I think. It was lightning and.
This one, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, lightning and fire it was resistant to.
Yeah, lightning and slashing. There's immune
Who got lucky
It's
pulled a good
immune
card?
to There's resistance to acid.
Pretty cool.
Gotcha.
All right.
And then I want to take my movement and go.
All right, Elle, you are up.
Alright, so currently not threatened by anything. She is going to step back through the black gate
All right.
and go ask the henchman, say, we need the goggles. We've been lending him the extra set of goggles.
Okay,
And
no
just
problem.
those for business.
All right.
That's my action.
Okay, perfect.
You're like, I'm gonna just leave.
All right, Soul, you are up.
All right. So the light, is it so far enough down the hallway where I can't see anything right now?
Yeah.
40 feet of.
Okay.
You probably see the end of these. You would see light on the other end of the hallway, but you won't necessarily. Give me a perception check.
17.
All right. So what I'll do though is give you. You do know. You remember where the ochre. There's one ochre jelly that was wounded. That is about 15 feet or so away from you. So you know where one is at least.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, how about this? Bill? I've got a continual flamestone on a necklace that has a little pouch on it. Can I just rip the pouch off and hold it in my hand and let like this beams of light shine through that it's kind of creating shadowy areas?
Well, you could, yeah. If it's on your neck, you just put the pouch thing off, and that's a free action. So.
Okay.
Like,
I just didn't want to have it around my neck originally because it's like making me a beacon, and I don't usually draw attention to myself.
Well, as a free action, still, if you want to just take it off your neck and pull the thing off, I'll give you that. Absolutely.
I want to clasp it so it's not like
huge light. Yes. Right.
So bright. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So then I'll, if I'm close enough, I'll do a firebolt on the jelly there.
Yeah.
Like it's close enough to see with the light.
Yep, you should. Absolutely.
All right, so I got a 15.
All right, that's gonna hit.
All right, 2d10. Sorry, I should be rolling together. 13 points damage.
All right, what's that at?
46.
All right, so that one now turns to jelly on the floor. Just dissolves into jelly.
Cool.
All right, that's Soul. All right, now who do I have on the ground there? Oh, it only so it moves another 10 feet, Billy. Can it get to anybody? No. All right, so move it up 10 feet. All right, new round. Whites are dead.
It would be 13.
Keep that card here. Umbra, you are up.
Okay. I'll move so I'm 10 feet away from the ooze and pound twice into it.
Okay.
10 feet reach. Ooh, that's gonna hit. 14 on the die.
Yep.
22 points.
All right.
13 to hit.
That hits.
For 14 more.
Okay, so that puts it at 30.
That's a new one.
Yeah, I know. It puts it. You hit it for 22 already.
Oh.
So 36.
Yes.
All right. Zaz, you are up.
Man, you got ooze all over your fists.
Yeah. It's got jelly all over
Yeah.
the roll.
And I'm 10 feet away, so it can't hit me.
Alright,
You
I'll
can.
finish it off
You
with
can.
2 shots.
Or something.
Where's my hunter's mark over there?
Okay.
21
That hits.
or 11 points. It's at 47.
That.
Take my arrow.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice. Very nice.
Cleaned house.
All right. So there are 2 exits out of this room. One to the south, where Umbra is, and it's darkness as far as your dark vision can go, and for you in a sense. Erebus is right there too. So Erebus, you see down the hall, probably about 40 feet, maybe 50 feet down the hall.
Right.
It seems to continue straight, and then it turns eastward.
Okay.
So, and these are smooth walls here. These are stone smooth walls. It is dark, as I said. To the other exit out of here that leads to the east, as I said, there is a white gate down at the end of the hall.
Can I get wrapped up?
He's messed up.
Yeah, she's back next round.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you come through. Yeah,
You saw me walk through. Walk back through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will hand the goggles to Soul.
Soul.
You
All
should
right.
have said something earlier that you were a human. Ew.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I like
can
you
manage
channeling
it.
Shot there.
Where are you going, buddy?
What'd you get racked by? The
Yeah,
white?
lights 3 times.
Might want to wear armor next time.
I
was wondering why you were all wearing
That's 19 points.
owl-looking goggles.
So bind wounds, how much?
19 points.
It was some kind of costume party.
It's 5.
All right.
Bump the shit out of them wounds.
Hey, we minus 5, bro.
We are at a
That's
costume
the
party.
max.
I only took 5 damage that whole fight. These things are weak.
Unfortunately.
You can't see me.
All right. So what do you guys do? So you guys all
We go
come
down
through the
hallway that
gate.
you threw down, yeah.
Huh?
We go down the hallway that you threw.
There's a white gate.
We're gonna consult the map. and figure
The
out where
map
exactly
would
we
show
are.
you that gate leads to the pools,
Consult
So
the
we wanna go
map.
that
the
way.
predator pools.
Right.
These guys got a map. Follow them.
Alright, so we'll start moving the other direction.
All right. So you guys start heading down south.
Big Abe.
Wait, I'm gonna
Oh.
pause though.
Okay.
No more light, human. You got that?
I put the goggles on, Bill.
All right. Got it.
Do I see anything?
Yes. Yep. You definitely, in a sense, see the, the dark vision. So you see the bones on the floor here in
You
3
see a red
piles.
butt baboon.
The jelly is just basically now really dissolved into this mustardy liquid stuff on the floor.
Wow, these are excellent.
You
Thank
see
you.
a red butt of a baboon.
And you see the red butt of a baboon.
Harvest
Ah,
Alright, so I'm gonna
recognize that
So
bamboo
I'm gonna-
butt
I'm
anywhere.
gonna check the whites.
Okay.
See if they're wearing anything of note or smell to them that like the jellies would not attack them for some reason.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I'm gonna see what gender they are. The word.
19.
All right, no, you don't find anything on them or no symbols or anything. Kind of discerning, why wouldn't these things go after them? Nope.
Okay.
Good
And they're
question.
not,
Any keys
they're
on
not
them?
wearing anything
No,
right
no.
with keys.
No
and-
keys, nothing. They're just kind of just these 2 just naked creatures here.
So
Bill, they are dead, right?
They are both undead whites. You definitely you recognize them. You recognize them. Nothing in the sense of anything special. These just seem like your typical whites that were
They don't have
once
life in them.
Yeah,
once human.
Once human.
Well, they don't have life in them anymore, so can't they just sense life? Sense.
Does anyone
I don't know,
does
they're
anyone wish to
eating
do
everything
anything
off
with
the
these
bone.
corpses?
suppose.
It's a bag of less dexterity.
I start shoving one in my bag, Bill.
That's
One of the
why-
whites.
In the bag of holding? In your bag of holding? All right.
I start shoving it in there.
Okay.
Does Morgulon really need that in your holding bag of holding? It's
I'd
already
like to
there.
look at it later.
The remaining bones
Less-
that are in these piles, what's
Uh-huh.
what does it seem to be from?
It seems like a variety of humanoids, different humanoids. You see skulls, femur bones, just large piles of bones.
Nothing large size though. Just mediums.
Make a perception check.
Ride you back, dude.
All aboard the Alex Express. Ape Express.
Yeah, so in one of the piles, it definitely looks like there's bones of possibly maybe some sort of, maybe a hill giant, a furbog, something of giant size. Maybe an ogre.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Two
Erebus.
things to do, and then I'm done. Bill, I just want to inspect closely the face and the body of one of the whites.
Okay.
And then in front of the party, so everyone can see me,
No.
just so you know, and then I do a disguise self to change myself and I make myself look like a white.
Okay, perfect. All right.
I'm the one wearing the red patch on the arm,
All right. Okay.
White!
and then I'll grab about 20 small bones and put them in a sack.
Okay. So when you do that,
Oh no.
Ooh.
You weren't supposed to grab the bones.
you once you grab one of the bones, all of a sudden this acid wraps around your hand and burns your hand. You take 5 points of acid damage.
Okay.
Thank you for testing that theory out.
Does something come out?
No, nothing comes out.
Oh, weird. So they're just soaked in acid?
Yeah, seems to be. Sol, what's your hit points, by the way?
60, I think 62.
Okay, I'll put that down. You can. All right.
So, but I think I'll look at the same pile he was touching. Does it look like? Does it look like there's whatever acid is on there would keep it from being animated or anything of that nature?
No, I mean, if you could figure out how to form, I mean, they're all broken up bones and stuff.
Right.
So if you could
But if
figure
it's a
out
pile
how,
of bones.
Probably be the
Yeah.
most effective.
As far as I know, you can animate from just a pile, right?
Yeah.
Toss these cards.
All right.
The cards are so cool.
Do we need a
They're fun.
do we need a tester
Affected?
for down the hall?
Are you
Random.
going to animate them?
No, I think it's gonna be dark now. So
It's
it's
a
just
cool
around.
concept if they see the card.
No, I'll have the unseen servant drag out the 14 on that I need.
Very true.
okay.
Hard heal and
Once they're out of the pile, can I touch them and do they still burn?
Each shield
Make an Arcana check.
make him last longer then.
23.
Make him last.
Yeah, you think there's still residue on these bones.
Okay.
Perfect.
We'll see.
Alright. I'll leave them alone.
So I will. I don't have to freaking touch them to do this. I'm going to cast animate that.
Okay.
Oh, now we're talking.
Look at you.
Let me grab a chair and watch this.
So what do we see?
She.
Are you going to do the giants?
No, she's gonna do the just one. The pile that has the humanoids,
Okay.
and she just says, "Tribella, you've told us that there's a time for many different things. Some sway towards the side of evil, others towards the side of good. I believe this is an act of evil, but for the preservation of those around me who I think have reasonable aims." And so she's going to just start enchanting,
Okay.
and I believe it's just straight action.
check because it may be longer. Nope, it takes 1 minute.
Okay.
They glares at you as you.
All right. So Erebus, I'm assuming you probably go down the hall a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here and watching magic shit. So yeah.
Yeah.
I go with Erebus too.
And I'm also watching very
Monkey,
closely
stay
as I
here.
move on the ceiling.
You're not
just
quiet.
again looking for things that are on.
That's crazy.
It walks away.
All right. So as you go down further to this entrance way here, so the hallway cuts off to the east, 30 feet. It looks like it opens up into a very large room, possibly like a chapel or a gathering room, and then to the south. It also opens up into what looks like a very large room. You see these enormous chamber, and it looks like there's like these square vats in the room, and you hear sounds of splat, 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 like some liquid or something seems to be happening, and something in it is sounding like some sort of liquid is moving in that room. And that's where we'll stop for the evening.
Boom!
So, so thank you for the people that are watching our show tonight. Thanks, we really appreciate that you tuned in and stayed in with us this whole time. That's pretty cool. Thank you for our 70th episode. We will be back next Wednesday, 7:30,
For our 71st
where our 71st episode, and where we will see where the group decides to go into the old chapel or down to the vats. Probably they'll do both, but
Yeah.
So remember, it's cool to be a geek. Pass it on, dab on the haters, and yeet. Yeet. Can I get a yeet?
all right, enough of that.
Or should I say, yes.
We'll also be, well, some of us will be here on Saturday night, 7 p.m., where we will be starting a new story, Tales, Dark Tales of Koran.
And you'll see me doing something I've never done before.
Really?
All right. So, thanks for watching. Remember,
It's cool to be geek. Pass it on, dab on the haters.
no.
Remember, dab on